Hey YouTube, Coppersan here. Today we're checking out the remastered Ice Lightning Mage in the MapleStory Korea test server. Like I mentioned in the previous videos, this is still the test server, so some skills might still be buffed, nerfed or changed before they hit the live server, so do keep that in mind. This update will most likely be released in about 6 months from now in MapleStory Global and MapleStory C. You all know what's cooler than being cool? Being an ice cold Ice Lightning Mage. Today we're taking a look at the remastered Ice Lightning Mage featuring new animations, a ton of quality of life changes and even some grinding improvements. In case you missed the Bishop improvement video, there are a few changes to the Explorer Magicians in their first job. Their Energy Bolt skill has gotten a new look and does more lines as well. And all Explorer Magicians now have an up jump and can float in the air like a gentle cold breeze for at least a few seconds. Great for bossing or when your teleport just doesn't cut it. You can teleport after the up jump as long as there's a platform to teleport to, so that's also super convenient. As we become Ice Lightning Mages, there was one skill that immediately caught my attention. Look at the size of that ice shard. Grinding with Ice Strike is absolutely insane. The size of that thing is massive. And of course the Thunder skill is there as well, but that skill really gets outshined by the new Ice Strike. Thunder also only works well on flat horizontal maps, while Ice Shard can take out multiple platforms. Both Chilling Step and Meditation have gotten reworked animations. Meditation is kinda bright, but I do like the glow up. And like all the other Explorer classes, the booster skill was turned into a passive. And as you can imagine, training in second job went pretty good for this class. Elemental advantages are still a thing in MapleStory, so instead of the Coppersan drakes, we're going to the red drakes to deal some additional ice damage. There are bigger changes already happening in third job for this class. Like there's new animation for Ice Strike, and the skill actually feels pretty fast to use as well. Not sure if this is the 64-bit client doing work, but the skill just feels a bit faster than the old one. The Thunderstorm Summon has been completely reworked as well. It now attacks up to 5 enemies, it moves around a lot faster and is just way better than the old one. And best of all is that you can place this skill down in an area using the skill key plus the down key. The Thunder Spear will then stay in place and will release an AoE attack for a few seconds before returning back to your character. Pretty neat for grinding actually. Similar to Bishops, Ice Lightning Mages now also have 2 toggles for a teleport, one to improve the teleport range and one toggle that makes your teleport deal damage. Together with the toggle for Chilling Step in second job, you know that skill that leaves the ground frozen when you teleport, and Magic Guard, that are already 4 toggle skills for this class, and we're only in third job, so that's quite a lot already. Also the third job Ice Pulling Chain skill, whatever that was removed, and instead a new skill was added called Glacial Wall. I think it was called Glacial Chain actually. Instead of pulling monsters, the skill actually pushes monster away, and it has a pretty similar range to the chain skill, which is quite far actually. I really like the looks on this one. It does have a bit of a wind-up time, but it's pretty fun to use, and as a magician I can kinda understand you want to push monsters away from you and definitely not towards you. And the third job passive skill Shadow was changed as well. Finally some passive changes. It felt like all the passives are the same for most classes, not for Ice Lightning Mages though. Currently the skill gives a 20% chance to ignore 5% enemy defense for every stack of the freeze debuff they have. After the remaster, this effect will now trigger 100% of the time, but the amount of ignore enemy defense has been decreased to 2% per stack. So less IED, but at least it will always proc now. So far so good for the Ice Lightning Mage. The new Thunder Summon is really useful and the new skills are great to grind with. The up jump and added convenience for the teleport skills works kinda good as well. I kinda wish Magic Guard was a passive like Luminous, but perhaps that will happen in the future. I just always forget to toggle that on when I log in, and I always die because of it. Chain Lightning has gotten a new animation and looks pretty big. The patch notes for the MapleStory Korea test server also mentioned that the range of the skill was increased, but I'm not really feeling it yet. Actually, while I'm writing the script, there is an update for the test server happening, and with that comes an update for Ice Lightning Mages that mentions that there is an increase for the Chain Lightning range, so perhaps more buffs are coming for this skill as well. Freezing Breath is still there and works the exact same, but looks a bit flashier, and the same goes for Frozen Orb, which is very bright. Blizzard has a new animation as well, which I personally don't really like that much. I don't like the purple in there, but hey, that's just my personal opinion. Also, before this update, when you use Blizzard, there's a cooldown, and while it's on cooldown, there is a chance for an Ice Shard to fall down and deal damage. This effect has been changed into a passive effect, so as soon as you learn Blizzard, there's always a chance for an Ice Shard to fall down. You don't have to use the skill anymore, it doesn't have to be on cooldown. The Owenius summon has gotten a massive glow up as well and looks pretty epic in my opinion. Looking back at when 4th job was released and Ice Lightning Mages got a fire summon and could make monsters weak to fire, feels like a faraway fever dream at this point, but I really love the design on this one. Besides that, I did not see any crazy changes for Ice Lightning Mages in 4th job, but the Ice Lightning Mage hyper skill to level 141 Absolute Zero Aura has been modified. It has new animation and it can be used with the down button to install a vortex that will apply the same effect of the freezing aura and it will stack quicker on enemies. Actually at this point point, while I'm still writing the script, the update for the test server just completed. On time even, how refreshing. So this footage that will be shown from this point on is shown after the latest balance changes in the test server. Thanks to this update, Teleport's range has been slightly modified for all Explorer classes. Looks like the range was a bit shorter than Excel intended. A fix was made for freezing breath so that it applies the effects quicker even when the skill is cancelled, like pretty quickly, like you tap it. The vortex of the hyper skill has been increased in size, the one that I just showed you, and Chain Lightning has had its attack range increased. Yo, this actually looks really good. It's not Luminous Reflection, but it does look like it's actually increased now. I'll do a video after we're done showcasing every class with more important balance changes that will happen over the course of the test server. Like for example, from what I could see from this update, Hero's Dash has gotten a cooldown, so we won't see that crazy dashing anywhere in the live server. For mages, there also is one bigger change in 5th job that I didn't mention yet, and that is a buff to Unreliable Memory. After the remaster, this skill works like the 5th job Pirate skill, where you select which number you want to roll for your dice skill. Mages can now select which skill they want to use for Unreliable Memory, which I think will always be Infinity. So no longer will this skill be kinda useless, and you can now have Infinity active a lot more while you're grinding or bossing. Overall, these are some pretty cool changes for this class, but now they have 5 toggle skills, 2 summons, 2 install skills, and 3 buffs, which you need to remember to activate at all times. That's quite a lot though. But with all these buffs to grinding and quality of life change, I think this was a pretty good remaster overall. What do you think of the remastered Ice Lightning Mage? Let me know in the comments. Next up is the Shadower, and that video will be up tomorrow as always. And that was all for today. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, many thanks to our members for making this video possible. Thanks to Niels, Coninck, Raar, maar waar, Sebastian, Hanoy, FLX, Ryalias, Terry Kim, Vareese, Karimora, Wiley, Francisco Sousa, Historycanon, BackSpaceOTI, Saffronyx, Lorenzo, BG Extremes, Anwar NHI, Frank Buget, Ziggy Deer, Flidiot, BeamerWT, Knifesu, Chin125, Cloudfix, Gusus Rodriguez, Froggy11, Surtito655, Gleason, Brennan Cam, Vira, Trevor, Michael Machaka, Ratius, Lucky Beats, Justin Vale, Silvio Nato, Stevie Zhang, Afterlord_MS, MS, Hailpan, ceemak, Joshua Alvarez, Striker Elk, Nockem SS, Niu, Taiwan Pan, Victor Sunstrom, Radicals the Alien, Stanislaus Kusumo Vegas, Riser RU, Eddie Reacts to Things, Dular, Gummy Bullet, Leon Little, Booty Warrior GT, Jeremy Stodler, Mr. Nark, Lovebird, Rev Soli, Yeruski TV, Yo Mama, Mathias Simonson, Caveman, oh yeah, Galando Balavia, and I'm Disappointed. Thank you all so much for watching, stay safe and happy mapling!